Hi, welcome to the Intervention channel, or welcome back. My name is Steve Bruno, and today's subject is something that I'm flipping through my book here. I'm looking for the chapter. Here it is. The subject is those people, and there's actually a chapter in my book right here titled "Those People," and this subject is directed to those of you who look down on addicts and alcoholics. In my experience, addicts and alcoholics who have become very stuck, these are the cases where family members call me for help, tend to be the most brilliant, creative, and often very sensitive human beings on this planet. And this is why they get stuck. This is why when a very loving, caring person, maybe as a young person, is introduced to drugs and does them, this unethical act that results in the person lying to the people they love. The person doesn't expect it all. It doesn't plan for any of this to happen. It's just how it goes. End up lying. They end up beginning to move downward in terms of their condition. And what began as a recreational event now turns into self-medication, because the person is now in conflict with himself constantly. And the drug use is creating a bit of a spiral. The drug use itself is unethical. The lies which follow it are not ethical and a violation of the person's own values. And it creates a depression, a guilt, resentment of oneself, resentment of family. And then what's the solution? More drug use, to forget, to create an insulation between one and his environment or the rest of the world. His relationships are now all medicated away. There's just a big pillow between him and his life. So if you are somebody who is pious, and you know who you are, if you're out there, you're watching this and you're righteous about your life compared to his, or maybe one of your other siblings or other offspring's lives compared to the addict, compared to his or her life. And you think of a crack addict as somebody who is just, maybe worth saving, but has made some really bad decisions for himself, and there's a certain stupidity that goes along with it. Or that an alcoholic is somebody who, just makes bad decisions and they need help and assistance, and they're kind of a lesser breed of human being. Let me just read off some people who are included in that group. Howard Hughes was addicted to cocaine and Valium, and famously so. One of the most brilliant aviators in modern history. Johnny Cash, one of the most, arguably the most legendary singers and songwriters in history, was addicted to amphetamines, and again, quite famously so. Stephen King. He, upon finishing one of his books, his wife found him in a pool of his own vomit and blood after a cocaine binge. She had the kids there. They all confronted him. They said, "If you're not going to clean up, we're all leaving you." And it was upon that threat, allegedly, certainly, but this is a famous story about Stephen King. He did clean up. It took a long time. His wife was by his side. It was extremely difficult, by all reports, for him to clean up, after which he wrote The Green Mile. Beautiful movie. Dr. William Halsted, if you don't know who that is, he's considered the father of modern surgery and pioneered the mastectomy and the use of rubber gloves in operating rooms. So he was a cocaine addict as well as a morphine addict. Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, wrote a paper called Uber Cocaine. I believe that's cocaine Uber or something like that, about being superhuman when he was on cocaine. He wrote this whole bunch of letters. I mean, if you need proof, all you have to do is research this stuff. Letters about his use of cocaine and morphine. Okay, moving on. Of course, the pages won't flip when I need them to. Aaron Sorkin wrote The West Wing, A Few Good Men, Charlie Wilson's War, and The Social Network. And he said, the hardest thing I do every day is not to take cocaine. He was a cocaine addict. Charlie Yardbird Parker, partner to Dizzy Gillespie and father of the style of jazz we know as bebop. He created bebop. He died at the age of 34 as the result of opiate and cocaine addiction. And probably one of the most legendary alcoholics in all history is Betty Ford. The Betty Ford Center. Just say no. That's all attributed to her. So I'm just going to tie off. Before you get up on a horse, you may want to humble yourself and maybe accept the fact that the person you're trying to help may not only be worthwhile, but they save the world, may create something beautiful because of his capability, his capacity for aesthetic creation, for as an artist, as a leader, maybe as a world leader. Betty Ford was a world leader. I mean, come on. So have some respect. And I guess the reason I really put this in is I really can't stand it when people talk down to an addict. There's no reason for it. There's no reason for it. The person, yes, makes choices, but they are shackled by a demon in irons, ankles, wrists, and neck. Shackled and held in an addiction that if you have never had one, you do not understand and will never understand, no matter how many descriptions I make or anybody makes or anybody, any number of books are written on the subject. But anyway, if you want to read more, pick up my book, More Than Hope. It's available on Amazon and Kindle. If you'd like to ask a question, you can do so on my website, which is at stevebruno.com. There's a comment section, and my phone number is there. If you would like to ask a question everybody can see, please do so in the comments section below. I wanted to thank you for visiting the Intervention channel. My name is Steve Bruno, and thanks for watching.